Hey everybody, once again it's Secondhand Dan coming to you from the Penny Pincher thrift shop land, where right across the street there's been somewhat of a disaster. Fortunately, nobody's been hurt or injured. Property destroyed, yeah, a semi-trailer took the brunt of it, but a little damage to the road as well. But let's check it out. All right, well, if you haven't checked out the first video, you really should, just prior to this. Anyway, the cavalry is here, McGill's. They got this flatbed over there, and they got this this hoist here, rotator, and they've already got the brooms going. But let's show you why they got their brooms going. Because somebody created some potholes in this street here. There you go. You could raise tadpoles in that one. Then it bounced over to here and cut a groove right there. Another groove. This thing was rolling. They see me rolling. Well, that's what fell off the back of this semi, or it actually fell out the middle of the semi. I think he did it like a, hey, Kool-Aid, and he come right through the side of the semi-truck, the trailer. So they're going to be hoisting that with the rotator there, and I assume putting it on that flatbed. So the trailer actually looks drivable. I don't know if they're going to let him pull off when this is all said and done. I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't see anything wrong with it. No undercarriage damage. But this is going to be the I can't say pistol resistance, the lifting of this coil and putting it on the back of that flatbed over there. And the one tow truck driver said, "Oh, you don't want to stand too close to that. You know, it's liable that other strap snaps. It's liable to take you out." Well, I don't think that's a high tensile steel there. It looks, the way it's all deformed, it looks pretty soft. I mean, I understand what he's saying. You do want to, if there had been a perfectly round coil after this accident, I would think, yeah, it's high tensile and might snap. All right, well, they're quick to man the brooms here. That's cool. A little bracket of some sort. I think that had to do with the siding. Now they got another flatbed over there. Like I said, the good thing is there was nobody injured, just the road. Funny thing is, I mean, I've lived in North Versailles here for 20 some years, and I don't recognize that fire truck. It just says United Volunteer. I don't know why it doesn't say North Versailles on it. I spoke to the truck driver. He's worried about citations. They could be forthcoming. He could be right. I'm not sure how that works, how much responsibility is his. We don't know, quote, did he load it? Or even if somebody else loaded it, I guess you're still largely responsible to make sure that those that have loaded your load have loaded the load properly. So I'm thinking that chain looks a little lightweight there. Right now, the chain on the ground that's from the tow truck company. Wow. That's the kind of chain they should have used to hold it to the trailer. I wouldn't be laying on the ground now. Dang. You know why? You're probably asking, why is he pulling that chain? Well, have you ever tried to push a chain? I don't know how they're going to get that chain into this coil. It's not like there's a sweet spot to get it through.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to rush. I grabbed the coil props too.
So this is going to be cool. Stay
I don't
tuned.
think they're wide enough, bud.
He's already making preparations for hauling off the trailer by sawing off the dangly part. Yeah, you should have cut through that by now. It's aluminum. Must have a dull blade. I got super magnification. Let's back it off a little bit. Now, there's the penny pincher thrift shop. Wife is over talking to another tow truck driver, but he's not working this gig. He's actually is from down around the bend, another company that has nothing to do with getting this one off the road. So he's just taking his lunch break. So let me walk over to the store. I guess between all the commotion going on out front and him never having been in our store and him having just worked for the man down around the bend just past that other fire truck. So how long you worked for this other company? He said 3 years. I said, okay, well, about time you stopped in.
Hey guys, this thing here is super.
The police officer, whether he's doing his job or just doesn't want to be somewhat filmed, you know, said, oh, further back off, the better. Well, yeah, I mean, if I was in next county over, I would definitely be in a lot less danger than here, but this coil is not going to, I'd bet anything on it, this coil is not going to pop open. I believe it is a low tensile steel, got a certain amount of lead in it, but prove me wrong. Go ahead, comment down below, tell me what you think. But I'd say, like the way that coil mashed, I'm thinking it's a softie. Well, it's a little chain. Now that's a chain. That's cool. You don't see it that often. That wheel, third wheel up front there, that's a turning one. Authorized Pennsylvania Turnpike Service. Guy down around the street I mentioned, he has tow trucks, and years ago he used to run some heavy wreckers like this, but he just decided it wasn't for him, the heavy wrecking. So I don't think he has anything that, I know he doesn't have anything this big. I think maybe he has one that's at least a tandem axle in the back. Okay, did they get that chain through that coil?
Yeah.
I think once they start tugging on the one chain, it'll maybe lift up the coil enough to open it up to feed the big chain through.
Wait. Only one more. I'll leave it over there, yeah. That'll work. Yeah. What's the rating on that chain? I don't know.
Now, I'm not sure of the different capacities for different trailers, but it even begs the question. This was the only thing on there, but still, was the trailer rated for something like that? Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Should have been a steel trailer? But they knew it was heavy, that's why it was the only thing on there. If you check out the earlier video, you can see I focused in both ends of the trailer. There's nothing else on there. So this coil was the only thing. Thought I'd give you the poor man's drone shot here. I'm on the second floor of my building. Well, I guess I'm not going to do much now until I see them back this rig up and get a little closer. Well, just in case you weren't impressed with my shot from the second floor, I said let's come all the way up to the roof here. On top of the penny pincher thrift shop. Bit of a lull here. So they gotta make sure all their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted before they attempt to pick up that coil. I saw they had already pushed a chain through the center of it, but he said it should be enough half-inch chain to lift it. All right, I'm going back down. I have some pizza in the oven, so let me go grab that. Back on the second floor, they've started this semi truck up again. I guess maybe they want to move it out of the way and have a lot more room to work the rotator. Yeah, he's getting in the cab of his rotator, so he's going to do some rotating. He backed it up with that semi there. So why bother starting the semi? I don't know. Okay, let's get on the other side of the street where the action is. Well, eating some lunch here. So it's to go. So we'll go across the street with it. Fire truck down there blocking the road. Looks like the guy come in bobtail. I think he's going to take the trailer. Like I said, even though it looks like this trailer would haul, but I guess it's not DOT compliant right now. So I guess he's going to release it. I don't know what the officer's doing under there. I guess maybe he's seeing if things were compliant. I apologize, my microphone quit on me, so. Lower a boom.
We can do my service after we get your cruiser and you let it put them on.
I'm sure this crew is used to being videoed by now. In the years, everything gets videoed. But I had a police officer who was a little snippy, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't like being videoed. I wasn't even focused on him, but he made a comment about, don't go through there, blah, 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 your safety. I was far from in danger, but he left anyway, and enough officers here. So that was his parting words. Wow. Kind of, it's a bit comical to see they bring out this Costco special stool here in order for the I guess reach up. Even when the boom is as low as it goes, it's still over their head. So they took the tables and reattached them up there so they can run pulleys down below. So they've looped the cable. The further it comes out, the more money you spend. I told the guys, I said, you know, you don't have to haul that out of here. My building's right across the way there. If it helps you out, you can just shove it into my parking lot and I'll deal with it. No, they don't want to do that. Wonder why. All right, now that makes more sense. I think that's what they're going to haul that steel coil away with. Because when I saw those flatbeds, I'm like, I guess they know what they're doing. But my first thought was, you know, flatbed a little underwhelming, but they brought this in. Putting the outriggers in place. Well, it's been about 10 minutes just getting the outriggers in the perfect position. They've actually lifted the front end of the truck up off the ground. We all want to see this thing dangling here. Looks like mission control over there. Top it off, they have a remote too.
What is that?
Now I believe the one man went over there and I think he locked out that control panel so that only their remote will work. So to prevent, I guess, possible conflict, accidents of two different operators. All right, well, we're slinging. And there's crews out here, but I've already beat them to the punch.
Why don't you guys take a couple steps back in case that one strap breaks? It's gonna jump. So you guys know. We can burn it for lane at
34.9.
Confirmed on
34.9 off 1508.
yeah, that whole big we could probably both have it getting through. If I get this thing up in the air, I'm gonna get it.
Still has an egg shape, or it's shaped like a pyramid, but now.
I think you own it, man. It's off the run.
We're at 108% capacity.
108?
108% capacity.
Yeah.
That's the moment we've all been waiting for, huh? Not sure how they're going to get it squared up with the trailer.
The hook's going to grab your side, Mark. Oh, hold on, it's on.
Almost. This is a somewhat of a hot corner here. I've seen multiple accidents over the years, but this is the first one I can recall involving a semi. guess maybe they're not going to worry about folks squaring it up perpendicular to the trail.
Close.
Yeah, looks like they're largely satisfied where it's sitting.
It turned down and trying to push it out just a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's the
All right, looks like it is officially in its resting place. Unhooking it from the rotator. So now they're just going to have to chain down to that flatbed. All right, well that ends it for this video. This is Secondhand Dan. Like, subscribe, and throw in a few decent comments. I appreciate it. Bye, everybody.